Chapter 3, Reliving the Gory Days. You and your friends breeze right past the officer at the front desk without so much as a look, heading for Detective Porter's desk. Hey, you can't go back there! We need to speak with the detective now. It's an emergency. I don't care if it's DiGiorno. Stop! Still, you push your way into the bullpen, only to find his desk empty. Where is he? The officer's eyes flick to a nearby office, and as you start in that direction, he hurries to block your path. Detective Porter is in an important meeting, and is not to be interrupted now, if you don't mind. Actually, we do. A life is on the line, and so I'm not waiting. Don't like it? Arrest me. The moment of hesitation is all you need, and you slip past the officer to shove open the door to the office, only to find an unexpected face sits across from the detective. Mayor Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! What an unexpected surprise. What are you doing here? Detective Porter was just telling me about the trouble at the library today. Imagine my surprise when I walk the troublemakers themselves. And one of them even belongs to me. Hello to you too, Mom. Troublemakers, you can't be serious. Sam got a nose delivered to her like a hot and ready pizza, and somehow she's the problem? Anything to keep us from focusing on the literal murderer you've been ignoring, huh? I can't ignore what doesn't exist. Are you kidding me? There's so much evidence. Like Alan's death, the deaths at the parade, Destiny's death, the parades at the death, the parades at the death. Listen, it's been a long couple days. A lunatic stalked me through the parade crowd and killed people as they went. Bodies were dropping like flies. How do you explain that? Easy. They were performance artists who wanted to make the Terror Fest experience more interactive. There's no proof of that. There's as much proof of your explanation as there is of yours. You can't gaslight me. What about the nose? At this, Detective Porter adjusts in his seat, seemingly uncomfortable. We're testing it now, Sam. Testing it for what? Authenticity. We never found the body, and Mayor Jackson believes the story we got was less than credible. That's putting it nicely. What I said was that I think it's low-down, dirty lie. In fact, I find your every word to be suspicious. Your claims are nothing but the machinations of bored miscreants who want nothing more than to ruin everyone else's time and Terror Fest. Then what do you call this? You pull out the pictures of Tyson and hold it up to the room. Tyson's been taken. Sam, a kidnapping is a very serious matter. It's not a lever to pull for a laugh. Look at my face. Does it look like I'm laughing? And who was supposedly committed the kidnapping? Stabby Joe himself. The killer. They're using Bex St. Regis's phone. The mayor scoffs, and Lucky's hand gripping your arm is all that keeps you in check. How can we know this image is real? There are hundreds of sophisticated photo editing programs. A fake image like this could be created in minutes. Oh, come on. Tyson's life is in danger. But I guess that doesn't matter to you, does it? Watch it, Sam. This is a sitting mayor you're talking to. Show some respect. Yeah, no, respect is earned, not freely given, because of a position. You pause as the words wash over you. Respect? Try showing some for yourself first. You swore an oath to protect the people of the city, so if you're gonna be spineless enough to go back on it... Every drop of blood... I really want to go with the first one too, but every drop of blood is spilled on your hands. You lift a hand, tap your fingers as you count. Alan's, Destiny's. You've made your point. Dr. Shantakumara's. I said that's enough. But you keep going, getting louder with every name you list, creeping closer to the detective until the desk is all that separates you. And eventually the killers, because I will not stop until they pay for what they've done. Them. And both of you. Mayor Jackson rises swiftly, towering over you, and the rest of the group, as her hands ball into fists at her side. What is she, 7 foot tall? Sit down. Listen to me very carefully. You may think you're untouchable, because you're a carpenter, because your family has money, or simply because you're young. Rest assured, if you continue down this path, I will end you. Understood? Are you threatening me? It's not a threat, it's a fact. And now the officer will escort you out. She motions to the officer who followed you in from the desk. Without ceremony, he hurried you out of the office and to the door of the precinct. As you and your friends walk away from the station, you take in the group of people streaming to and from the Terrorfest celebrations. What is wrong with people? Flocking here every fall to celebrate a murder, but when something real is going on, the only ones who can do anything about it won't. I can't believe they turned us away. Really, because that went exactly about how I thought it would. It's a classic horror movie logic. The authorities are wildly unhelpful, skeptical, and all around useless, even when it seemingly goes against all common sense. And as much as I'd love to chalk it up to a sin of the genre, life imitates art. The only bright spot is that they usually die a gruesome... Come on, Co. We don't need Film Theory 101 here. What we need is to go save Tyson, and fast. Hold on a second. What if the killer wants us to rush into saving him? You mean, like a trap? Think about it. Why kidnap someone now? It's not like the killer's known far and wide for their restraint. I say we hold off and text the number back, ask for proof of life or something. Don't you think that's a little risky? What if the proof is more body parts? I must say, to be honest, Coda, the whole plan sounds like something the killer would say. There's a split second of silence as the tone shifts, the sinister half-accusation lingering, and then... What the hell is that supposed to mean? I'm just saying Bex thought the killer was you to begin with. What if she was right? You do have a Stabby Joe obsession you've been keeping from us, and a lie by omission is still a lie. I'm not the one who lied, and you know it. Sam told me everything. If anything, you're the killer, Zare. Enough. You guys. We can't turn on each other now. We're at a massive disadvantage right now, but if we let the killer break our bond and make us mistrust each other, we're letting them win. You lie, Lucky, and gesture to Coda. This is the same Coda that backed your cover story when you lied. Told Ebony Jones you weren't single. Your girlfriend just went to school in Canada. Joke's on you, Cameron. And I are celebrating our anniversary in Montreal this year. And Coda, when you caught the flu and threw up all over Mr. Greer's during physics, Lucky was the one who convinced us to fake sick and camp out in your room for a week, slurping chicken noodle soup and watching reruns. I almost forgot about that. Coda turns to look at Lucky with new eyes. You did that for me? It's not like I could leave you alone that way. You'd have shame spiraled so deep. We'd have found Stabby Joe's tunnels 5 years early. No matter how much we fuss and fight, we love each other. Right now, that's our biggest strength, and we can't afford to lose it. Not if we're going to get Tyson back alive. How are we supposed to do anything when we have no idea where he is? We will in a second. You pull out the phone and open My Friend Finder app, zooming in on Tyson's location bubble. It looks like he's at the high school Guess we're paying a visit to the old stomping ground. Let's go, before we're out of time. You arrive at the high school to find the parking lot deserted. The teacher's gone after a long day of prepping for the upcoming year. Let's hope the side door lock is still broken. You lead your friends around the side of the building, only to find the door propped open, ever so slightly. Okay, that's a little creepy. Nudge it open wider. Carefully, you use the toe of your shoe to tap the door, and it opens with an eerie creak as you stand, ready for anything. When all remain still, you relax, and Lucky nods. I stand corrected, massively creepy. Maybe, but nothing's jumped out at us, so it's as safe as it can be right now. Should we find another way in? If the killer's targeting us specifically, this will be the only way. Just be careful, okay? Keep your eyes peeled. The silence is all-encompassing, the backup floodlights casting the hallways in a low, eerie shadows. This is all the app will give when it comes to Tyson's location. I can't see anything besides that he's in or around the building. The place is huge. It'll take forever to search the whole thing. Not if we split up. I'll look upstairs with Coda. Lucky, Zaire, you check this floor, okay? The group nods reluctantly, and you and Coda turn right to start up the stairs. Together you make your way down the hall, looking into the empty classrooms one by one. No sign of Tyson. This is taking too long. I don't want to give the killer any more time to do something to him. Honestly, if they were going to, they probably would have already done so by now. I don't know if that's comforting or horrifying. Both. Definitely both. As he speaks, there's something odd about his voice, and when you look over, you find him bathed in dark shadows. There's no way Lucky was right about the killer being one of us. I mean, it couldn't be Coda. Could it? For a moment, you glance at Coda out of the corner of your eye. Then, as if reading your mind, he clears his throat. Hey, I know this isn't the best time, but I know the pictures the reporter sent of my room really bothered you. Yeah, you could say that. Coda reaches out to catch her arm, and the hurt in his eyes is enough to make you doubt your traitorous thoughts. You've been so standoffish with me since then, and I just wanted to say I'm really sorry you had to find out like that. But it would kill me if you thought I had anything to do with what's going on. Destiny's death has been taking a toll on me too, and I really don't want to lose you both. Coda. You give his hand a squeeze, reveling in the warmth of the human connection. You'll never lose me. I'm right here, and I'm not going anywhere. You poke your head into the last classroom on the main hallway. Empty, just like the others. Yeah, but the projector is on. Coda walks deeper into the room and nudges a computer screen at once. The screen at the front comes alive, filled with the large text of an amateur movie title. Psychological torture, the origin of the alert of Stabby Joe? Is this another documentary? No, not one I've ever seen. It looks like a student made it. Plus, here's a report on the teacher's desk with the same title. School project, maybe? I guess so, but what does it mean by alert? Coda turns you with a grin, finger hovering above the mouse. Only one way to find out, ready to get schooled. Let's check it out. You nod and Coda touches the mouse. The film starts up where it left off. Now playing as Morellic Island Penitentiary prison guard Tommy Danes. Creep slowly through the hidden tunnels beneath the prison. the candles along the walls dim and flickering as they burn ever closer to their ends. Please, not yet. Hold out just a little longer. I have to find Campbell and bring him back. The town's safety depends on it. As you mentally beg for some more time, you see a flicker of movement hesitating in the shadows up ahead. Shine a light on it. You take hold of the lantern from the wall and shine the light at the carved tunnel wall up ahead. Hello? Immediately, a figure lunges at you. Startled by the bat's sudden appearance, you drop the lantern, but the flames only grow. Oh no, 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 no! You raise your boots to stomp out the rising flames, but as the fire laps at the earnest coal, you quickly realize there's no use. Instead, you rush to the end of the cave, plant both hands against a large rock, and push until the hallway is completely sealed off, leaving you alone in the dark. You need to get Campbell and get out of here. But as you start to move forward, a sudden scream pierces the dank air of the tunnels. Don't tell me he's got more victims down here. As the voice screams out again, you quicken your pace. Hold on, I'm coming. Your feet stumble in the dark, sending you to your hands and knees. Still, you creep forward, feeling your way along the pathways, and doubling back when the screams sound farther away. Before long, they stop completely, and everything is silent. Hello. I'm trying to find you, but it's dark. If you're able to, please say something. Your only answer is the faint dripping of water. The dripping's gotta be rainwater from a nearby outlet to the sewer. If I could just make it there, I could get in touch with the other guards and regroup. With a defeated sigh, you start to make your way there, listening intently for the steady drip, drip. That outlet's gotta be here somewhere. You crawl steadily forward, and finally your hand touches moist ground. Yes! But a second later, your hand hits something much more solid. What the... And before it's a body. You let your hands travel up the wet object, feeling along until you recognize the texture of a fine mohair suit, silk tie, and finally a human face. Try to rouse him? You feel at his neck for a pulse, and quickly your hands become slick with blood. Sir, say something if you can hear me. But as you jostle him, his head tips back further, and then it should, and you soon realize the wound at his neck was the source of the dripping. Oh God! Your cries mingle with another, a woman this time, and you start to run in that direction, stumbling over rocks and clumps of loose dirt. Please, no, no! Campbell! Around the corner and hear the splash of your foot finding something wet. You feel the slick of it as it robs you of your traction, and try not to think of where it came from. He will answer for this, I promise. Suddenly you pick up an eerie whistling sound and slow to stop. Though you know you've heard it before, you can't place it where. But you have a pretty good idea. Campbell, it's me you want. I'm the one who locked you up, not these innocent people. So come out and face me and leave them alone. Your voice echoes around you, but there's no sign of movement from either end of the tunnel. And then... You'd sacrifice yourself for them? If that's what it took, but it won't come to that because you're going to face me as an equal. Together we'll return to the prison to await the death sentence they will surely give you, and you will die with your dignity intact. Your voice echoes through the tunnel loud and strong, only to meet Stabby Joe's harsh laughter. Death is mine to dole out, not to receive. You move through the tunnels in the direction you assume the voice is coming from, Sure enough, your feet trip over more bodies. Your heart sinks. Please, stop this. Oh, but Tommy boy, I'm just getting started. His words are punctuated by the whistle, and yet another scream. You thought you could stop me. You thought you could tame me. You slide down a steep section of the tunnel. At the bottom, you see the silhouette of another body. You crouch to feel it, and the warmth radiates over your hand. This one's fresh. I must be getting close. There is no end except the one I deliver. There is nothing to fear but me. Another whistle. Another scream. You come across bodies 3, 4 times faster than the others. But as the tune starts up again, something about it jogs your memory. The whistling. It's the song I'd sing during bed check. The memory comes back to you. You're wandering the halls at night, peering into cells, clicking away on your counter, mumbling under your breath. And the dark eyes that would always be wide open to greet you, no matter how late you started. He only does it right before he kills. Like he wants me to know he's got another victim in his sights. It's almost like he's telling me I failed at keeping them safe from him again. It's almost like... Stop in your tracks as the realization washes over you. It's not almost like anything. He's taunting me. Suddenly the eerie tune of the whistle fills the tunnel from all directions, and you still, waiting to hear the accompanying scream. Where are you, Stabby Joe? But as the moment stretches, your anger turns to icy dread, especially as you feel a soft puff of air on the back of your neck. You rang. You learn more about Stabby Joe's whistle. So, that's what the creepy whistle's all about? It's a taunt to the guard who locked him up. And the copycat's using it as a notice to whoever's in the area that they're royally screwed. We need to get Tyson and get out of here. Agreed. But, before either of you can reach the door, you hear that all-familiar whistle echo down the hall outside. It's the killer. You listen as the tune trails off and close your eyes, relying heavily on your memory of the school's landscape. Whistling sounds like it's coming from the front of the school. Then we'll have to take the back stairs, come on. The two of you creep back out into the hallway and run as quietly as you can for the back staircase. But as you round the corner, you stop cold, coming face to face with a familiar mask. Going somewhere. Run. The killer lunges at both of you, a knife blade glinting in their hand. Push Coda aside. Coda! Shove Coda out of the way hard, sending him stumbling off to the side, but leaving yourself directly in the knife's path. You rear back, the pain from the blade sending you stumbling before landing hard on the ground. The killer leers down at you. Mine, at last. You shut your eyes as they raise the blade high overhead, bracing for the blade's sharp sting. Huh? Only for Coda to grab you by the underarms and drag you out of the way of the arching swing. Not by a long shot. Let's go, Sam. You scurry to your feet, take off running, the killer hot on your tail. The moment you reach the landing, you slam the fire doors closed. They lock just in time, leaving the killer no choice but to retreat. That'll slow them down for a second, but they'll just go around. We need a plan. We could hide. There's a janitor's closet at the far end of the hallway. He points down the darkened corridor and the exact route the killer would need to take to reach you, thanks to your little detour. We'll have to hurry. If we don't make it there before they do, we're toast. Follow Coda down the main hallway, keeping your eyes peeled for trouble, and halfway down, he rips open a small, worn door. Tyson? Rush forward and set to work on removing the ties that bind him, leaving Coda to hurry in after and close the door behind him. The second the ropes fall, Tyson whips off his gag and uncovers his eyes, his hands caressing your face in the dark. I was so worried I'd never see you again. And, I'd miss that smile. Never. I hate to break up the party, but we've got to get out of here. The killer could be coming through any minute. We're gonna have to hightail it. Do you think you can walk? Not fast enough. They rough me up. My leg is hurting pretty bad. He lies down to where he's grasping his thigh, and you resolve settles. Kodo, get Tyson out of here. Meet us up back at the estate. I'm gonna round up the others and see if we can take the killer out for good. Got it. Wait a minute, do you really think that's a good idea? What if the killer catches you alone, or catches us and I get Koda killed? Maybe I should go alone, give you two a fighting chance. That way if the killer catches me... Now's not the time for a kissy kiss. Without letting him finish, you throw your arms around Tyson. Don't even think of finishing that sentence. We came here to get you and bring you home because we love you. We're not sending you out here on your own. Not a chance in hell. But the killer will be dealt with. But it's time we get you somewhere safe. Tyson pauses for a moment before hugging you back, and as Koda completes the group hug, you've never felt more full. I love you guys. Right back at ya. Speak for yourself. You help Tyson up from his chair, and with a quick look to make sure the coast is clear, Tyson and Koda slip out into the darkness. With them gone, you harden your heart and prepare for what has to come next. Ready or not, here I come. You make your way back through the halls, quietly checking classrooms for the others as you go. I hope they haven't gotten very far. And suddenly you hear the sound of heavy footsteps echo down the hall ahead of you.
Sam, time to come out and play.
Crap. Without a second thought, you duck into a nearby bathroom and look around frantically for a place to hide. Well, it's a stall, the middle stall, the furthest stall. Middle stall. Don't lock yourself in. If you lock it, they'll know someone's in here for sure. You just have to stay quiet and not attract any attention. As you coach yourself through the moment, the bathroom door creaks open, the heavy footfalls echo around the room, making it hard to pinpoint their location.
Rookie mistake, Sam. Now you're trapped with nowhere to go.
Toilet trivia. Did you know the middle stall is most commonly used? The door to your stall flies open, bringing you face to face with the killer as they raise their knife. Screwed, so screwed, majorly screwed.
Gotcha!
You drop your hand, shoving past the killer and out into freedom, but the blade comes down against it, slashing your palm open as you go. Dripping blood, you rush from the bathroom in a panic. I can't take the killer on like this. I've got to find everyone else and regroup. You tuck yourself into a quiet alcove, holding your breath as you listen.
Sam.
But the killer creeps past your hiding place, and with a sigh, you whip out your phone. Everyone alive? Alive, but not well. Had a run-in with our friend, so Lucky and I split up. Anyone else have eyes on Tyson? Sam and I found him. Thank God, where are you guys? I sent them to the estate and was on the hunt for you two. Well, Koda and I heard someone following us, so we separated to cover our tracks. Wait, that means all of us are out here alone. I don't like this, you guys. Then let's call it. We regroup at the estate and try again. Lucky, Zare, swing by the West Wing so we can meet up and go home together. Tyson, Koda, keep heading home. Well, met you there? Come on. We'll meet you there. Heard, Chief. On my way. You breathe a sigh of relief as you push open the door to your house. Find Tyson inside, his hurt leg propped up on the couch. You're here. And so are you. You rush to join him on the couch, only to pause, taking in the full extent of his injuries. Let's just ignore the fact she's been stabbed twice. Oh. How did this happen? What do you remember? Not much. I finished my shift at the store, went back to the break room to grab my stuff. I left through the door in the alley and someone hit me on the back of the head. When I woke up, I was tied to a chair and had a rag in my mouth in the closet. You didn't see anything? What about... Sam, maybe we should give it a rest, huh? She nods to Tyson. For the first time, you realize he's struggling to keep his eyes open. Somewhere in the distance, the bell tower chimes the late hour, and the weight of your own exhaustion settles over you. Right, sorry. Come on, Tyson, let's get you to bed. You lead Tyson up the stairs to the guest bedroom, flicking on the lights and waving away the cobwebs from disuse. I guess we don't have a hospital, ? All yours. Get some sleep, and if you need anything, I'm right down the hall. You start to leave, but he grabs your hand, stopping you short. Please don't go. I know I'm safe now, I just don't want to be alone in the dark anymore. Of course. Makes his way to the bed, slips under the covers, and holds them up for you to join him. Wordlessly, you settle in, and the two of you silent in the darkness, and then... Thank you for saving my life. His confession comes out as a whisper, and you shift to the bed to reach for his hand. Tyson, No, you do the same for me. You've always been such a great friend to everyone, but especially to me. I just tried to think about what you would do if the roles were reversed. Well, you were right. I'd do anything if it meant rescuing you, especially if it meant going through anything like tonight. I can't imagine what you've been through. Tyson slips closer, pulling you into his embrace until you can feel his heart pounding against you. I was scared, for sure. But thought through the worst of it, I just closed my eyes and thought of you. You pull back to look at him, and gingerly he reaches out to caress your face, his touch warming you inside and out as he trails his thumb down your temple and over your cheekbone before brushing across your lips. This whole thing has made me realize how precious life is, how quickly everything can change. And I said if I made it out of there, I wouldn't waste a second not going after what I want. And what's that? Let me guess, to take your V card, because this is how these movies go. That's the whole point. Before the words are out of your mouth, you know the answer. Your heart speeding up in anticipation of the word you know is coming. You called it. His other hand moves your waist, rolling you onto your back, fitting his body to yours. His leg seems fine now. Your lips crash together in a flurry of desperation and appreciation for being alive. But we're suckers for romance, so enjoy. It's not that kind of book. Tyson's lips skim your jawline before grazing the shell of your ear with a whisper. You gave me hope. I couldn't have survived tonight without it. So, when I say you saved my life, I mean it, Sam. And I want to show you how grateful I am. Tyson, the hand at your waist grazes the fabric of your bottoms before hesitating. Lord help me. Let him rest, 'cause his poor widow-waggy. Gently, you separate yourself from Tyson. Tyson, I don't think that's a good idea for our friendship. You've been through so much today. I think what you really need is rest. A moment of embarrassed silence falls between you, and then... I'm sorry, I totally overstepped there. I would understand if you decided you wanted to leave. Something in the quiet timbre of their voice catches you, and you find yourself settling back into the pillows beside them. How about I stay for a little while? Just until you fall asleep. Deal. Tyson's wary eyes slip closed and you relax in the mattress, listening as his breathing evens out. I'll just stay here for 5 more minutes. Yep, this is how it happens. And the last thought you remember having before feeling the day's stress melt away, you both drift off to sleep.
Called it.
When you wake, it's hours later, and the bed next to you is empty. Tyson? You sit up and rub your eyes, and as you try to orient yourself, you hear raised voices coming from downstairs. Listen, I don't want to be right about this, but you can't deny that it's pretty suspicious. I told you I was trying to find Tyson as fast as we could. What is going on? Quickly, you head downstairs and find Tyson, Lucky, and Zare standing around in the living room, tensions high. Guys, how is screaming about this helping? Let's calm down and try and get some actual information. Guys? What's going on? You woke me from my slumber. As one, they all turn to look at you, their faces grim. Coda never showed up. And I asked Lucky what they were doing when we split up to look for Tyson at the high school. I didn't want to, but they pushed for it, so I agreed. Oh my god, Zare, I told you. I just thought it would be faster. Don't forget you were alone when we split up too. Whoa, guys. We need to focus on Coda. We can argue as much as we want once we know our friend is safe, but until then, we need to table this. Maybe that's why Zare is so intent on wasting our time. Coda knows they did it. Oh, come on. Enough. Look, I'll pull up Coda's location and we'll go from there. But as you open the Friend Finder app and zoom in on his location, you're surprised to see his bubble floating just next to everyone else's. That's weird. It says he's here. What? I've been down here since we got back. Nobody's come through here or even knocked on the door. Well, he's gotta be here somewhere. Did anyone check outside? One by one, they all shake their heads and you head for the front door. Your friend's not far behind you. But when you pull it open, Coda's lifeless body falls at your feet. Oh! Did not see that one coming. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you want all of your friends to die. Oh, it's funny because, at this point they're all gonna be dead. Like, we've already lost half of our friend group, let's be honest. We lost our sister, we lost Alan, we've lost Coda, we're really gonna be down to no one's really our friend because they're all gonna be dead. Oh, and listen, this isn't like, it lives in the woods or something, right? It's just, it's just, no offense, but it's just convenience to kill everyone off, right? To kill everyone off. So I say this, like, here's my thing. It's just wrote like this. One, the whole, Tyson wanting to hook up with you in the bed, and again, his leg just seems fine. Two, I mean, listen, did the writers kind of forget that you might have become injured during this? I'm just kind of curious, and just kind of, just in all honesty, wondering, like, I guess we got cut twice. You might have not, but again, they can't just, pitch that out the door and go, oh, well, you've just got Wolverine's healing factor, I guess. So let's just go ahead and ignore those two things. Instead of, hey, let's meet up at the estate, aka my house, we couldn't have met up outside the school? Like, You couldn't have made it more convenient so that way you knew that everyone was there. Like you didn't go outside the school and call the cops and say that your friend's being attacked, or man, the killer's inside and your friend's in there, and like nothing. Like what the actual F, right? It's not even like I want to say lazy writing. It's bad writing, and it's bad like just laziness too. It's just everything that's wrong. And then also the fact that the generalization of text in these things reading is getting a little, it's getting like as a person who, again, as a person who's been very much in literature, they them, right? So, you know, kind of tilts me. When could you imagine reading Harry Potter and instead of addressing Harry by his name, you're just like, they were sitting across from you. They grabbed their cup and began drinking. No, it's typically, Harry was sitting across from you. He took his cup and began drinking. It's identifying them. Like, I get it, it's 2024 and we're trying to use they, them now like a constant daily basis. But if you ever get a book published, a publisher and everyone else is going to go, they, them, it doesn't work, it doesn't fly. Unless you're going to get it published by some nuanced, new age, hippy dippy Gen Z crap. Like, it just doesn't work, right? Like, could you imagine Stephen King doing it? Could you imagine, like, you get my idea and you get my point. It's just, again, it's lazy writing. It's just we don't need to, like, I don't know. How about this? Was there anyone else kidnapped? Right? We know who was going to be kidnapped, right? Like, I'm sorry, I'm too busy doing my own content to watch other people's content, or to even really check out other playthroughs. So was Tyson the only person kidnapped, or was there? Or, I could see where if there was someone else kidnapped. But again, lazy writing. Right? It's very lazy writing, very lazy coding. It's I swear the writers and coders of this app are Italian because the code is spaghetti. So if you do coding and all, you understand that little giggle reference. Basically it's bad. Okay? I just have a lot of pet peeves with this chapter. I just feel like this. I feel like the writers, in all honesty, don't know what the hell they're doing. And again, in Lives in the Woods and It Lives Below and Endless Summer, and choices actually mattered. None of these choices matter. It's like we're playing Life is Strange and we're just playing on autopilot. We're not even making choices anymore. Like, I could run in there and get stabbed, and it's like, screwed, really screwed, oh my god, screwed. It meant nothing because nothing came from it. I'm getting bored. Like, I play Romance Club, right? And I'm sorry for ranting at the end of this, but not really. I play Romance Club, right? By doing these choices, literally and figuratively, like a love interest may die, a family member may die. Like, again, Endless Summer, It Lives Below, all etc. They used to do this shit in these books, and it's just like, oh no, we've planned it, everyone's gonna die. You may get cut, you may not. It doesn't really matter. It's pointless. Just listen, walk off the edge of a cliff, and somehow, some way, they will Looney Tunes your ass to survive. Apparently, like it's just meaningless meandering and just pointless. Like, these are supposed to be visual novels, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole app pretense that has been here for 7 years is choices. Play it your way. These are things that you choose. You may love someone, you may hate someone. It's your choice, your bullshit. Okay? It's just that. It's BS. It's just making me live. And let me know what you guys think below. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. This is kind of put me in a and I gotta cover other things and just catch y'all later. Peace out.